yeah, thanks for joining us today, John.
Great to be here, Daniel. Great to be
why don't
here
you
as
just
always.
give us a little bit of an introduction of who you are, what you
Yeah,
do here at
so John
Swinburne?
Webster is my name. So I'm the accounting discipline coordinator at Swinburne University in the Department of Accounting, Economics and Finance.
Alrighty, and how did you end up at Swinburne?
Yeah, really good question. So I formerly worked at Monash University. So I did all my undergraduate and postgraduate studies at Monash University in accounting and finance. And then after I graduated, I went out to PricewaterhouseCoopers, I should say, in a graduate role.
Mm.
But I really loved academia. So when I was at PwC, I approached Monash University because I was a former student there and alum, whether there'd be any opportunities to pursue an academic career. And thankfully, at that point in time, there was. So I transitioned from PwC in transaction services back into university, taking on assistant lecturer role back in the mid 2000s, and from there worked at Monash University for over a decade. And then some opportunities came my way from at Swinburne. They were doing some really good things and had some new initiatives similar to what I'd previously been doing at Monash. So the opportunity came for me to come over to Swinburne, and I did that just before the pandemic at the start of 2020. It's been really enjoyable so far. Really enjoyed my time here at Swinburne.
So what about teaching or academia did it appeal to you rather than
I liked really good question. So yeah,
practice?
definitely giving back and teaching and being in the classroom was a big aspect of or driver for me wanting to pursue an academic career. But I did like learning, and the thought of doing further studies really appealed to me. And hopefully I had the goal then potentially to do a PhD, which I ultimately did. But the research component was a driving force too at the time. So yeah, combination of the both, and still my career at this point in time still very much blended in terms of both education and research. I wouldn't say that I'm focused on one of those portfolios. I like to be a bit of an all-rounder.
And you've been in industry a bit and been in academia now for like 20 odd years or so. So from the start to now, in accounting and maybe in accounting academia, what have you seen change over that time?
Yeah, okay. So in the profession, we've had a lot of significant changes, a lot due to technology. So obviously there's a huge technology drive at the moment. So I've seen tech play a huge part in the accounting profession. I think it will only continue to grow. So that's been a significant, I won't say driver, but a significant aspect that the professions had to really grapple with. I think they're doing it quite well, but I think with AI, etc., we're going to see some more significant changes. But I still think the profession's well equipped to handle those, and I think it will actually provide more opportunities for the profession. So I'm quite optimistic about the impact of tech on the accounting profession. I've seen a lot of emphasis also from employers in the accounting profession on graduate soft skills. So that's when I was a student, that was really coming in, but still there's a heavy emphasis, I thought, around technical competencies. But I'm really seeing over the last decade and even over the last 5 years, firms really valuing that executive skill, soft skill element to graduates, making certain they can work with clients, etc. I think that's extremely important.
So what do you think driving that? Is that because of technology coming in, or is
it's a great question. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's the reason being is that from a technical point of view, a lot of technology can replace a lot of that, especially the lot of that day-to-day debits and credits type of accounting activity, the bookkeeping activity that can be replaced. But what can't be replaced at the moment, especially with AI, is that human relationship element. So I think that's even more important. So if anyone's watching this and currently studying or just finishing their studies, place high importance on your soft skills. I think that's where you can really differentiate yourself. And I'm seeing that feedback from employers. That's what they're looking at. That they're looking for people that can communicate well and liaise with clients. Really, really important.
So how do you help students build those skills? Like, what's some
Yeah. And this might be a good segue into our leadership program that we currently have at Swinburne, Beta Alpha Psi. So we have a Beta Alpha Psi chapter. Beta Alpha Psi is a global network based in North America, but there is an Oceania presence. So there's chapters in some of the Victorian universities, as well as Sydney universities, New South Wales universities, as well as New Zealand. Anyway, so that's a program whereby we take our students through additional career development programs, reaching out to networking programs, so networking with firms, etc., as well as community service. So through that program, we really help our students develop more of those professional soft skills through additional co-curricular professional development workshops. So we do extensive amount of workshops, and we get them networking with other firms and colleagues from other universities. As I said, there's other chapters in the Oceania region, so we collaborate closely with other chapters, and that's really beneficial for their soft skills because they're interacting with many of their students and peers. And we also take students overseas each year to the annual meeting, which is in America. So it rotates around various cities in America, but we do take several students over. Then they compete against other universities at the annual meeting in various case competitions, but also interact and engage and network with the other students. So that's just one example what we're doing at Swinburne. But I've also seen a big shift, and you know this too, Daniel, in our curriculum in relation to really emphasising around those professional skills and soft skills. So we're trying to incorporate more and more of that into formal assessments through the authentic assessment process that we're currently undertaking. So yeah, I think we're doing a lot in that space, but it's critical that we continue to do even more.
And for that, you know, I remember when I was in university a while ago.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I always found those kind of projects or subjects, and again, we didn't have that many of them, but I never liked them. Right, I was always like, I just want to do the technical stuff. I'm good at that. And I definitely found throughout my career that yes, in some areas I definitely struggled. That I wish I'd had more of those learning experiences. Is there any advice or help that you could give to students that are perhaps do struggle maybe with the soft skills?
I think really, another really good question. I think there's so many online resources, many of which are free, whether that's like LinkedIn Learning through the Swinburne portfolio or just on online in general. There's a wealth of information out there, short courses. As I said, many are free, so I'll try and enroll in as many development programs as possible. Start with the free ones, see if they resonate, and if you come across one that has a financial commitment, think seriously about embarking on. I think Warren Buffett says the biggest investment he makes on himself is, and people should follow that. So just continue to upskill. You're people are currently in a great time to upskill for those reasons I just mentioned. So I'd get onto various online platforms and try and enroll in some form of course to improve those skills. YouTube's a pretty good resource as well, but the only thing you've got to be careful, though, a caveat would be find something that has structure and that's scaffold. I think if you just went on YouTube and did ad hoc things, it may be difficult. I'm one whereby I learn best where I go through a systematic approach. So I tend to, when I'm undertaking professional development activities and workshops, try and find something that is structured and scaffolded in a way that takes you on a journey and incrementally builds up your skills. Sometimes if you just do things randomly, a program might be up here in terms of difficulty. You may be down here. It'd be far better to enroll in something that is pitched here, but then builds your skills up incrementally. So that's just something to be mindful of.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
But LinkedIn Learning, our Swinburne students get access to LinkedIn Learning.
Yes, yeah.
And so there's some really good courses on there free of charge. So that would be probably my advice to start there.